Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. Bitcoin at 39.5k again, a little bit upside to yesterday, but I mean you can already see it here on the CoinMarketCap chart that it's just moving sideways. Cardano also a little bit of upside today, but it seems to materialize what we talked about in the last videos, and we're going to take a look at that now in both charts. So with Bitcoin, we have here this potential head and shoulders forming. We talked about that, yeah, that you could get this kind of left shoulder head and then potentially a right shoulder forming that isn't formed yet. That might take a bit more time, where you would then have your neckline around 37k, yeah. If we zoom in, what we can see is that the price has consolidated further, has recovered a little bit. We looked at this and said this could be a little bit of a bear flag, and that it could move a little bit higher to that resistance level here of 39.7, 39.8k, yeah. Yesterday in the video it was already starting to come up here. We looked at it and said, right, this could be an ascending wedge, it could just be a channel, and that it would be likely if it retests this former support, yeah, as resistance. So this level here at 39.7, 39.8, where you had support here, you had resistance here. I'm sure if we go further to the left, you'll see some support and resistance levels as well. And yeah, it did get to that level. It did get to that 39.7, 39.8k level and was rejected and then dropped out to the downside. Quite a strong rejection. Yeah, it moved from 39.7, 39.8 all the way down to 38.8. So it's quite a bit of a rejection that was bought up again, but it looks like at the moment as if we were doing a as if the price was doing a retest of this former support here of this channel and was rejected. Yeah, so that's what you usually see. Here you go. So 30-minute chart, you basically get rejected at this top level resistance here. Then you drop out of this, you get rejected that much that you actually drop out of this wedge. You come back, you retest that former support, and yeah, you can't get back in, and then you reject it and go down further. For that now, we need to see, was it only a fake out? Because these happen, these fake outs happen. For me, it's not enough yet, because we have seen that in the past, where you've seen a bit of a retest, but then actually it did shoot up. And if it shoots up from here, it can go straight through 39.8k, yeah. So for me, the retest, yeah, we've seen here a little bit of a red candle now, but we want to see it go down now. Yeah, at the moment it's just holding there. It's good to see it's working in line with the forecast, but it's not yet too much confirmed that we're actually really going down from here, because first of all, you'd like to have a little bit of selling volume. That's not that important because we're in a downtrend, but nevertheless, I'd like to see a bit more selling volume. Yeah, I mean, we have seen those fake outs in the past where it dropped out and then goes the other way, right? So that is just important to keep in mind. Primarily, as you know, I do expect a further sell-off, so that at the moment at least looks very much in line with what I do expect. And from here then to the downside, if it rolls over, this could form this right shoulder, yeah. Alternatively, if not the right shoulder, what could we see? We could see this M pattern that we talked about, in terms of having also here this roughly 37k level as support, and then building here this kind of M pattern. And if that breaks, then also you could just go down here into my target area down there at around, or at a minimum of 29k and further down. Yeah, so 29 would be the minimum of the correction I would expect, rather lower prices. And that is, I've been talking about that since November, that is because this wave C in which we currently are, this major leg down, needs to get and finish below the low of the wave A. If it doesn't do that, I'd have a lot of headache in any new move up. And we talked about that scenario. If Bitcoin breaks above 46.5k, it can then expand further onto further fib levels to the upside, like 55k, 65k, before it then will turn around and come into the target area here. Only in this area here, I do expect a sustainable turnaround, where we could then move to new all-time highs. Yeah, okay. So we've looked at that. Looking at the 4-hour chart, let's look a little bit at the indicators here. So that little bit of recovery that Bitcoin did, it did help a little bit with the indicators on the 4-hour chart. You're still quite a lot over not in the overbought range, in the oversold range anymore, but you are very low. MACD turning potentially bullish here. Stochastic RSI also starting to go up on the 4-hour. Okay, but on the 1-hour it's already turning around, yeah, to the downside. So it's looking like on the 1-hour you did recover. Yeah, you did recover quite a bit. On the RSI you did get all the way to the 50 level. Can't push further through here, and you seems like as if we're going to go and turn around to the downside now, especially as here on the MACD you also see it turning around down already, and the stochastic RSI as well, which means it should translate over onto the 4-hour chart, where you should then also see that further sell-off materialize. On the daily chart as well, this hasn't changed. Again, we've moved into the bearish range on the RSI again with that latest drop here that we did a few days ago. The MACD is waiting to print its bearish crossover, or it has done that actually. So we've got now actually a bearish crossover on the MACD today. Yeah, the daily candle obviously hasn't closed yet, but we just observe this bearish crossover on the MACD, which is a sell signal, and the stochastic RSI still has further room for further price drops as well. So all of that not looking positive really. We could take another look at the ADX. If we get a short signal here, ADX, the ADX and the I, and also here we still have that short signal, yeah, where on the ADX and the I indicator you have that red line above the green line. This is also a short signal or sell signal. Yeah, here on the 4-hour chart you've got the same, and here we can see it quite strongly, whereas you can actually see the MACD go up a little bit, and that's where currently these indicators do not align, which is good, because the MACD is actually looking not too bad, yeah, reducing selling momentum, and the stochastic RSI go up, but we still have on the ADX this sell signal, yeah. So until that changes, I wouldn't be confident that anything changes here on the 4-hour chart as well. So yeah, sell signal also on the 1-hour chart. So throughout, that should confirm actually further downside. But bear in mind, if that level gets broken, and we're talking here about the 39.8k level, then this frees up space to move back again to that previous level. First of all, we've got here some resistance at what was the level here, 41k. We had support at 41k. That would, in my view, be next resistance. Well, before that we still have the 50-day moving average here at 40.2k. But yeah, this is now decision point. Yeah, does the price get back into that wedge pattern, or do we really get rejected and move down, which I would be primarily expecting. Cardano also doing what we had on the chart yesterday, where we said, first of all, after it broke here that ascending support line, we talked about the 85-cent level. Now we are still there, yeah, so that's how relevant that level is. 85, that was reached, that was the next price target, and then if that level breaks now the 85, then we said we can expect that lower support here at 75 cents. We also talked about that that this could also form a head and shoulders pattern, and you can see it actually at the moment already. So that formed as well as expected. So you've got that here and the right shoulder. Okay, so now you've got a neckline, and if that breaks again, then that could push us down. In my view, that is the neckline here with a support level at 83 cents. If that 83-cent level breaks, then yeah, where does the target lead us to? I think it should take us to 75 cents or even lower, probably lower. But then again, they don't always work out, but this would push us to 66, 67 cents, okay? So there you go. That is the next pattern, and it worked out. We just now need to see, does this neckline actually break or does it hold? But you can already see that on this head and shoulders, you're making lower lows already. You're making a lower high, which is normal, but you don't necessarily have to make a lower low. But that just, in my view, confirms a little bit of the the weakness in the chart here generally in the crypto market, not only for Cardano but generally in the crypto market. We still haven't finished the overall corrections. Generally you see prices go down. The weekend is very quiet here at the moment. Weekends are always difficult because it's unpredictable. Yeah, it's hard because you have less volume. So the market makers, if they want to, they can manipulate the market in a better way. And also you have less volume, so sometimes it's boring to watch. But then again, in the last couple of weeks, we saw some additional volatility on the weekends. So at the moment it has quieted down, but the less volatility you see, then you should see probably in the next few days quite increased volatility, and that's related to the Bollinger Bands, because when you have little volatility, those Bollinger Bands contract, and at some point when they break, then you see that big move. Yeah, so this is what I see here for Cardano. Overall, I see Cardano still reach this target range here between 55 cents and 30 cents, with 55 being the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level. And down here, that's the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level. That's my view here on Bitcoin and Cardano today. I'll keep you updated. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment for the algorithm. And if you really like the content, then yeah, check out the channel membership. And with the channel membership, you get access to a weekly live stream. There's one today at 5 o'clock UK time. We always cover topics that we don't normally cover here in the weekly video and the daily videos. Then you get access to the Telegram live chat and the Discord server with lots of additional content, including my own buy and sell orders and additional resources for all sorts of things. And if you really like the content and also like stocks and shares, then with the gold membership, which is only a few dollars more really per month, you get access to the analysis of various stocks and shares. And just some examples of stocks is Procter & Gamble, Microsoft, we've looked at Palantir, PayPal, also looking at the S&P 500 there. And I'm going to add more. There are more in there anyway, but I'm going to add more tech stocks in the future, maybe mining stocks. And yeah, this is going to grow in the next few days and weeks as well. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.